show, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can call us with your car questions.
What's the number?
1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Chris.
Chris.
Chris with a K?
No, with a C.
I thought so.
C-R-I-S. I got it. Where are you from, Chris?
And I'm calling from East Boston.
No!
Yes, I just moved here from Chicago, as a matter of fact.
How the heck does a nice girl get from Chicago to East Boston?
1974 Volkswagen bus is how I did it.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
no kidding.
And
You've got that has to be the only Volkswagen bus in East Boston.
it has to be one of the only in Massachusetts.
Oh, no.
Well,
oh, no.
there's not a lot of old Volkswagens on the East
Oh,
Coast. I've
none
noticed.
of the
To
eastern.
Cambridge.
No, none of the eastern part of the strait. No, there aren't many. The heaviest concentration of Volkswagen buses is in
Northampton.
central and western Massachusetts.
Okay, haven't been there.
Yeah,
yet.
and these
And
are the,
Arlo Guthrie owns most of them.
and these are the people that bought them new.
Well, my problem is when I was in Chicago
Yeah.
in March,
Yes.
I had my upper and lower ball joints replaced and a new tie rod put on, and it cost me $400.
That's about right.
Yeah, and the old ones had lasted for 21 years. Okay, and I was told that once this big job was done, I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm 1,500 miles out of Chicago, and I take it to a guy to get some other stuff done, and all the rubber seals on the ball joints are ripped wide open, and the tie rod seal is ripped open.
Oh,
so
that's
basically, the parts were faulty.
No, they weren't faulty. The morons that put them on destroyed the boots because they pressed them on with the boots on and they broke them.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Well, regardless, the mechanic that did it and the parts distributor were laughing at me when I called them back and said, "Here I am 3 months later, and I paid you guys $400, and what am I going to do?" So basically, I don't want to spend another $400 for that total amount. I could buy a whole other car, and I'm wondering if I can buy time. Somebody told me I can continuously be oiling the ball joints to keep them from drying out, or I don't know if there's a retrofit. Some people say just leave it alone.
Duct tape.
Because the car runs so fantastic, I mean, it's...
Well, let's not get carried away here, Chris.
So fantastic. I guess it is fantastic in the real definition of the word. Hard to believe.
It is. I tell you, in Chicago in last winter, there was brand new cars on the side of the road.
And yours just...
And mine kept going.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Excellent.
It's my pride and joy.
Did you see these torn boots?
Yes, I've seen them. All of them are ripped wide open.
Yeah,
like somebody went under there with a razor blade.
Well, I don't know how. Maybe somebody did, but I don't know. I don't know how the tie rod end got torn open. That would be hard to tear open. You'd have to really work at tearing that open. But the ball joint boots could easily be torn open by improper installation. How do I know this? I've done it.
Well, I mean, and it's possible. I mean, my suspicion is that whoever actually did the work didn't know what he was doing, and he probably installed the tie rod end the same way he installed the ball joints. I mean, it's possible.
No, the ball joints have to be.
You think maybe by like the fourth one he would kind of figure it out?
No, well, he may have, but it may have been too late by then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he screwed up. He owes you $400, and you're never going to get it
Exactly.
unless you would like to hire Vinny Gumbats for an afternoon. And Vinny Gumbats happens to live right there in Eastern Boston, where you are.
Because you'll have to drive him to Chicago.
Here's what you do. You just put up the bat signal on a cloudy night. Vinny Gumbats will come to your house. You give him the address of this jerk in Chicago, and Vinny Gumbats will come back 3 days later with the $400.
Okay.
in his shoes.
And that's about the only way that's going to happen.
Well,
So what should I do in the meantime? 'Cause
here's your hope.
I'm not coughing up for another $400 at this point.
If you can find out,
Duct tape.
if you can find out from the supplier, where he bought the ball joints, what company manufactures the ball joints, whoever makes them, also installs the boots on them. They can sell you or give you a set of boots, and you can have this guy install them. That's a pretty simple matter. In other words, without removing the ball joints, they can just remove the steering knuckles, install the new boots.
Are you sure?
Am I?
Is he
Chris.
sure? No, Chris, come on.
It took him 3 days to do it.
No, 3 days to install the ball joints. That's
Oh,
true.
that's all the more. I'll tell you why it
So
took.
is it like a retrofit boot?
No, it's not a retrofit
it's a
boot.
brand new
It's
boot.
the same boot. The boot is held on with a spring clip that winds around the boot.
Yeah.
The reason it took him 3 days is he didn't have the right tool. He didn't have a ball joint press, and that's
why he wrecked.
Yeah, because he was an
boots.
animal.
Yeah.
There's a special press required to put these ball joints in, and he didn't have all the adapters maybe, and he tore the boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he screwed up. He screwed up. I think you should kill him. I don't mean that in a bad way. No.
Here's what you do. Drive if you can, if the thing still runs. Drive through the tunnel, and make your way to Somerville, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And on a little side street off of Somerville Avenue, the name of which I don't remember, you will see the Petrosilio Brothers Volkswagen Extraordinaire Mechanics.
Oh, okay. That was going to be a next question.
That's the question.
And those are the guys.
You go to these guys.
They're good. They're good.
These guys have been around. This is probably the only place you can go where these guys would have worked on this car when it was new.
Mm-hmm.
They will have these boots on the shelf or underneath somebody's toolbox, and they will do it for
How much do you think ballpark that's going to cost me?
They might cost you
$50.
$50 to $100.
Really? That's it?
Sure.
Right, yeah.
Tell them we sent you.
They'll say,
On
who?
second thought.
No, don't.
They'll say, "Oh, no good. Why do they keep sending these wackos over here?"
But you can't just tough it out because in the winter grime and whatever is going to get in there, and it's going to wreck them.
Yeah.
Good luck, Chris, and thanks for calling, and welcome to Boston.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.